What's up everyone, I'm Logan from Rooted in Roaming. On this channel we help you explore the Pacific Northwest, so subscribe if you want some more helpful tips and inspiration for planning your next adventure in this special region. In this video we're talking about 6 epic waterfalls in the Columbia River Gorge. If you're planning to visit some Columbia River Gorge waterfalls, then stick around, you're definitely in the right place. We're going to cover 6 of the best ones. Let's get right into it. The Columbia River Gorge is such an exciting and impressive part of the Pacific Northwest. There's so much to see and do in this region, including some amazing viewpoints, of course the numerous awesome waterfalls, tons of hiking trails, lots of cool restaurants and places to stay along the way. The historic Columbia River Highway is super fun to drive or bike on, and there's actually sections that you can't drive on, which is great for biking and also walking. But in this video we're focusing on one of the most spectacular parts of the Columbia River Gorge, the waterfalls. We're talking about 6 of our favorite waterfalls in the Columbia River Gorge. All of these are within a 45-minute drive of Portland, so they're super accessible. You can actually see all of them in just one day. Most of them are just steps from the road, so you don't have to walk too far from your car. It's really easy to just pop in and see these waterfalls. Some do require a short hike, but it's nothing extreme and totally doable and definitely worth the effort. So let's jump into these 6 epic waterfalls in the Columbia River Gorge. Of course, we have to start with the most iconic waterfall in the Columbia River Gorge. That is Multnomah Falls. This is the most visited natural area in all of the Pacific Northwest, with over 2 million people laying eyes on this single waterfall every year. Multnomah Falls is popular for a good reason. Of course, the scale of these falls are just downright impressive. The 2-tier waterfall is a total of 620 feet tall and is the second highest year-round waterfall in the entire nation. When you first arrive, you'll see the visitor center, which has a gift shop, restaurant, and also some information about the falls themselves. You can continue on to the lower viewing area, which you get an epic view of Multnomah Falls, including the Benson Footbridge, which is just at the top of the second tier. The trail is paved all the way to this footbridge, which is super easy to walk up there. It's not that steep, and it's definitely worth a walk to the bridge itself, in which you can see the main viewing area below, but also the top tier of the waterfall, which is just beautiful. If you want to hike, you can actually walk up these switchbacks up to the top of the falls. That's paved most of the way. Of course, being so popular, the crowds can be an issue at Multnomah Falls, and you even need a timed use permit from the end of May to the beginning of September. But it's totally worth checking this waterfall out. There's a reason why so many people visit, and we consider it a must-do if you're seeing waterfalls in the Columbia River Gorge. The second waterfall on this list is Latourell Falls. This is a beautiful single drop waterfall that's about 250 feet high. It's a short hike from the parking lot. The falls cascade over this beautiful basalt cliff. It was actually closed when we went, so we don't have some footage from up close, but trust me, it's definitely worth it. The third falls on this list is a lesser known gem, but is still so worth checking out, and that's Shepperd's Dell Falls. This one is also just off of the road. Actually, there's no official parking lot. It's a pull-off off of the historic Columbia River Highway, but it's super easy to just pop into. There's a really cool bridge right there and a really short walk to the falls, but you see the falls themselves from the road. This one actually has sort of a 2-tiered structure, but it's really unique shape of the waterfall itself, so definitely worth checking this one out. This one is kind of lesser known. There's no facilities there, but it's still worth checking out, and it's, you know, nice that it's less crowded compared to some of the other waterfalls. The next waterfall on our list is Bridal Falls. This one does require a short hike, about 2/3 of a mile, but it's totally worth it. The hike itself is super pretty. You see this beautiful creek that is actually at the base of the falls, and this one has a really cool, unique 2-tier structure that is just a beautiful shape. Highly recommend checking this one out. There's also an overlook trail that goes to a nice viewpoint where you get some views of the Columbia River and the gorge itself. Moving on to Horsetail Falls. This is another awesome stop right off the road. This waterfall is 176 feet tall and one of the more impressive in the Columbia River Gorge. If the accessibility and the scale of this waterfall wasn't enough, there's a really great swimming hole at the base of the falls, which is perfect for a hot summer day. You'll see a lot of people there. Definitely worth checking this one out. While you're there at Horsetail Falls, you can actually hike up to Ponytail Falls, or it's also called Upper Horsetail Falls. The hike itself isn't too long, but it is fairly steep, but the steep hike is totally worth it. The falls themselves are beautiful, and this is actually one of the handful of waterfalls in Oregon that you can walk behind, so it's really cool, unique experience. You get to be underneath this huge rocky grotto, and the waterfalls they're tumbling over and you get to walk behind them, so that's pretty unique and definitely a reason that we love to go visit, and we put it on this list. We highly recommend you go check out all these waterfalls. You can do it in just one day, so it's super easy to see them all. They're all really close together. We've actually created a map on our website article, so you can go check out that for more information. Hopefully you found this video helpful and inspiring for checking out some of these Columbia River Gorge waterfalls. This is one of our favorite places to explore in the Pacific Northwest. And once again, subscribe if you want to see more content about the Pacific Northwest. We're trying to put out videos to inspire and help you explore this awesome area. So go get out there, check out these waterfalls, and we'd love to hear your thoughts and how it went in the comments below.